We live inside of a fractal holographic light matrix where matter is just slowed down light, hiding deeper energetic realities. Are you living in the reality that you want to live in? Or are you living in a projected reality created by someone else or something else? You see, your five senses are giving you information every single day, and you're relying on that sensory perception to navigate this matrix. Your mind is encased in complete darkness. It doesn't know anything that's going on out there. But how do you navigate through this matrix? Well, your mind, your consciousness has friends. And it says to those friends, can you go out there and collect me some information, some data? So you touch, hear, smell, see, taste, right? Feel. All of your emotions get involved. These are the friends of your consciousness. They go out and they touch, taste, hear, feel, touch, smell. They absorb and connect to the world around us and collect data, information. And that information is then transmitted back to the brain. In microns of a second, the brain sorts it all out and then projects a hologram as to what it believes is going on the outside. The friends themselves can't fully understand and decode the data, but the mind can. And once the mind, which is encased in complete darkness, gets that information, it projects this reality, the reality that you are living in and I am living in, that we're all living in, this inhabited reality. You have to understand that your five senses are only a fraction of your existence, keeping you trapped in the illusion of solidity. Everything around you is made of light, waves of light that are slowed down to a particular frequency and collapsed by consciousness from waves of potential and wave particle duality in quantum physics to give you the illusion of solidity. There's hardly anything here. We're living in a projected reality. It doesn't mean it's not real, because it's really happening. However, we're talking about our perception and understanding that this reality is a projection. And because it's a projection, it's also a program. The smoke and mirrors of money, polytricks, and power are just part of the control matrix designed to keep you consciously suppressed. They are enticing and engaging with your sensory perception system on a daily basis, designed to keep you trapped, stuck, and in fear. And what is fear? False evidence appearing real. Like a hologram. There's no difference. That fear that they keep you in, it drives the stock market. It lets them make billions of dollars. It gets people to capitulate on the market, getting so afraid that they sell everything they've got at a lower rate so that the very wealthy people can buy it back up for pennies and then let it grow up again and make a big profit on it. The fear that they put in you forces you to sell out and drop share prices down. They make money on stock options doing puts, knowing that the fear they put in you would create this downturn in the market. So they make money when it goes down and they make money when it goes up. The financial matrix enslaves us through debt, through fiat currency systems, through not understanding financial literacy, and it makes you a perpetual currency slave. That's the ultimate mission of this matrix. That's their goal. That's something they've been doing since time immemorial, putting a situation or an illusion in place that keeps us fighting one another and stuck in debt. That's how this matrix works for them. The projection that they have projected onto you has you believing that it's real, that you're stuck, that you can't get out of it, that this is just the way it is. But that's not true, my friends. There's so much more than what you see with your naked eye. The eye can only see less than 1% of the light spectrum. The rest of it is just what you're feeling, seeing, hearing, tasting, touching, and they use every single sensory perception trick to pump fear through every one of your access nodes. Stress, fear is all engineered to keep you divided, The media keeps you locked in to where people are binge watching news, mainstream news, and stuck in that fear cycle all day long, blocking their ability to have higher awareness, siphoning your energy like energy vampires, and then monetizing that negative energy coming out of you, leaving you stuck in a system where you can't see any way out. You're like a rat trapped in a maze. Ancient civilizations left us a lot of codes and secrets. This is why I study the ancients so much. They knew stuff that we haven't figured out today. They left breadcrumbs, though. Breadcrumbs in their ancient texts, tablets, scriptures, papyruses, cylinder scrolls, and texts from all over the world. Verbal handed down histories and star lore have all been encoded with the secrets and mysteries on how we can navigate this matrix, and even in some texts, how to escape the matrix completely. How do you become an ascended master? It's in these texts. You can see it in hieroglyphs, the emerald tablets. They teach you how to navigate and dismantle the matrix. Literally. People say, why do you focus on the past so much? Because the past is prologue. He who knows the past is destined to build a better future. He who doesn't know the past is doomed to repeat the same cycle over and over and over. If you look at the world today and look at where we are as a civilization in 2025, go back to 2025 BC. You'll find similar situations happening in that era. And then go back another cycle and another cycle and another cycle. The Indians call it, in India, they call it the Yuga cycle, right? And right now, from my perspective, it appears that we're in something called the Tetra Yuga, which is the beginning of a silver age. The silver age goes around and heads back up into a golden age. This is something called the Great Year. It's a part of the procession of the equinoxes and the cycle of rise and fall of civilizations, not just on Earth, but throughout the entire universe. In the Emerald Tablets, Thoth says, many of the planets I've traveled, many of the races of men on their worlds, thriving to reach the heights and plummeting to the depths, moving in times and realms of brightness, always seeking the light. He's talking about the fact that he's seen many civilizations rise and fall, which means it's part of a cycle. But mankind is always seeking the light, always seeking to become better, always seeking to rise above, always seeking to become the true person or being that they want to be or desire to be, which is a beacon of light, hope, help, love, understanding, empathy. So this seems to permeate the entire universe. It's not just us here. We're not isolated. But he also has seen that you can rise above and achieve a very high level of civilization. You can rise above and achieve a golden age. But humanity in its current state right now, right here on this planet, in this timeline, will not achieve a golden age unless we go to inner space. Right now, everything we're doing is on the outside. We're focused solely on the outside for everything, and that's because they programmed us to. They've told us, look for everything over here. Look for everything over here. Worship everything over here. The first thing they should have done in school is teach us self-love. Class number 1, how do you love yourself? How do you take care of yourself? How do you spend time with yourself? How do you meditate? How do you go to inner space and work on the dark parts of yourself, the shadow work? How do you process trauma? Before you learn A, B, C, D, E, F, G, that should be the first thing you learn in class. The absolute first thing. And why aren't we doing that? Why aren't we learning those things in class? Because they understand that if they teach us that stuff, from a very young age, especially between the ages of 1 and 7, it's going to create a powerful human being, a human being that can't be dominated, a human being that can't have a boot on its neck because it will not allow it, a human being that draws boundaries, that doesn't allow, public officials who are the workers and the employees of the people try to put their boot on our neck and destroy us and have us living in fear, doubt, debt, hurt, pain, sorrow, telling us where we can go and where we can't go over invisible lines. You see? This is where we are. Do we want to get to a higher level? Do we want to get to a higher level of civilization and consciousness? Do we want to get to a level where we can break free of the divide and conquer matrix? Because that's a matrix too. They have literally programmed us to hate each other. They have programmed us to want to unalive each other's own children and be okay with it. They have programmed us that committing genocide against a particular race or a group because of their belief system or because of ancient promises that nobody even remembers, it's okay. They'll program us that this political party is better than that political party. If you're not in that political party and I see you outside, we might get into a fist fight. We might even ostracize people from our own family over their belief or non-belief of a religion or a political party or whatever. This is what they've done through programming. In my Forbidden Knowledge Academy, there's a lot of unprogramming that we do. We have to reprogram you. We have to get rid of the junk that's piled up inside of you. When you have a computer and you saved a lot of information and stored a lot of data and went to a lot of websites, you build up all of this muck on your hard drive. The hard drive is full of cookies and it's full of all these bytes of data that are completely useless from apps that haven't been used in months and years, and all this stuff that you've downloaded and saved to the hard drive and backed up, that most of which you'll never open or ever use again. And once the hard drive reaches about 97% full, the computer starts slowing down. It starts acting up. It starts getting sick. It starts going to the blue screen of death and shutting down and coming back to life. It starts reincarnating and trying to survive. It's in struggle and survival mode once it gets that full. I'm dropping a link in the live chat right now for you guys to check out the Forbidden Knowledge Academy, because we have a lot of work to do. A lot of us are walking around and our hard drives are full. They're maxed out with trash, garbage, junk that's been programmed into us since we were in the womb. And now we want to become better. We want to do better, but we can't figure out why it's not working. Why is our body shutting down? Why am I always getting sick? Why am I in pain? My hard drive's full. Why can't I figure this out? Hard drive's full. No more space. You have no more bandwidth to figure anything else out. You have to learn the process and the system of how to erase the hard drive and then reprogram your software so that now you're moving in a way where that drive, it doesn't max out anymore. You're storing information on it, but the hard drive is unlimited. It's a universal drive. It's a multiverse drive. The reason why our hard drives fill up is because the programming that they give us turns us into NPCs, non-player characters. We don't even recognize that there's much more than the programming code and the hardware that they put into us, into these biological avatars. But once we get to the realization and we bring awareness to it, and we can see behind the veil, then we can go, oh, I see what they've done. And I give you specific step by step instructions in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy that's going to help you break down this system, empty your hard drive so you have space. Because right now, imagine you're full all the way up to here. Stress, trauma, drama, programming code, negativity, all this is up here. Your whole life has got you full. You need to bring this down. You got to make space. Until you make space, you won't be able to move forward and achieve hardly anything in a proper way, because there's too much activity going on in here, too many distractions going on, too much trauma and shadows going on as well. Until that's worked on and cleared properly, you'll probably never be able to achieve the highest level that you possibly can. You can make some progress, but this is why you need the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. So many incredible modules of teaching and learning, over 70 hours of training sessions and learning sessions that you can graduate to inside the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. Because we've got to hit the root problem at its core, the programming code in this matrix. They have us in this matrix, and they have us running around, bumping into virtual walls, and they're laughing at us. They send us in this direction, then they pop up a virtual wall in the matrix, and we hit it. We go, damn, I thought this was a clear path. We go this way. Oh, let me go this way. Boom. I thought that was a clear path. They're playing with us. They are playing with us. True wealth and abundance starts by recalibrating your neurochemistry, and that's done through gratitude, through breath work, and through high frequency rituals. These are the rituals and the teachings, the breath work, and the gratitude techniques that I teach in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. If you're not doing at least those three things and you turn those into a ritual, which means you're creating brand new habits, it's going to be very hard for you to change your life. You could see some results here and there, but to see a massive change, you have to break old habits and make brand new habits. And for a lot of people, it's very hard. If you don't believe me, how many people are overweight that have been trying to lose weight? How many people have to go to the gym and make a New Year's resolution every single year? It's hard to make new habits, but it's not really hard. It's just that they don't know exactly how to create the new habit. They don't understand that they have to be part of a ritual to create the new habit, to erase the old habit. That's what's holding people back. So we're going to teach you how to dismantle that old code, that old habit forming code, and teach you how to make brand new habits from scratch. I'm talking step by step. Do this, do that. Here's this exercise. Do this, do that. And then repeat. And we're going to teach you how to make these brand new habits that are going to become your new rituals. These rituals are going to evolutionize your mind, your body, and your soul. That's what it's all about. Getting down to the root core. Your mind doesn't create consciousness. It downloads it. So you have to align with receiving higher streams. Right now, most people are aligned with low frequency, low vibration streams. So all they're getting in is the algorithm of negativity and dark forces. If you just go to someone's popular page on their apps, go straight to the popular page. You can do it yourself. You want to find out what frequency you're on? Open up your popular page. Very telling, isn't it? Oh man, nothing but damnation here. Nothing but naked people here. Nothing but street fights over here. No motivation, inspiration. It's okay to dabble in a few things here and there, but what about balance? How many motivational sites are you following? How many inspirational sites? How many educational sites and various different types of education are you following and liking and sharing that are now bringing you into the algorithm on the platforms that your popular page is full of positivity and uplifting information? showing you where your inner self is at. Because the algorithm on these platforms is not made by human beings. I'll tell you that again. The algorithm on these platforms is not made by human beings. The algorithm is made by the creator of the universe, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. It's encoded and embedded into everything that exists. So what the programmers did for these platforms is they copied nature's natural algorithm. They did not create it. It isn't someone's invention. The same way these algorithms work on social media platforms is the same way the universe works for the law of attraction. There's no difference. I mean, zero. So if you're wondering why your feed is full of trap and crap and garbage, take a look at inner space. Start focusing on following sites that are not doing that. If you open up my popular page and I go to my account and open my popular page, I'm going to see the most incredible motivation and inspiration. I see a 70-year-old man training. I see information. Look at these. These are mostly memes, motivational memes. Okay? All this is talking about inspiration, motivation, self-love, become a better person, signs of chemistry between people. I mean, just incredible, right? Never lose a person who blank and all these kind of topics that I'm on. But my popular page ain't full of naked people. My popular page ain't full of street fights and all kind of crazy stuff and riots and people running in stores and grabbing, stealing stuff out of stores and the most ridiculous, heinous things I've ever seen. Mine's is full of something that's going to give me some kind of knowledge of self, motivation, inspiration. Something that's going to make me reflect on my own self and see things I've done in the past. Maybe there's different ways to correct them, or taking insights from somebody else's pages that maybe they talk about something they went through and how they were able to get over it or get through it. That's my popular page. My phone is like a virgin. I can give my phone to anybody. I can give my phone to somebody and hop on an airplane and fly halfway around the world. You're not going to see me running down the street butt naked trying to get my phone back. If I'm in the shower and I got somebody over, you're not going to see me running down the street trying to get my cell phone back. Ask yourself, can you do that? Can you hand your phone off to somebody and walk away and not worry about anything? Do you have that kind of peace of mind? See, we have to begin to reprogram. We have to create new rituals. We have to get into the algorithm. And what's the algorithm? The algorithm is nothing more than a frequency in the matrix. The algorithm is a frequency in the matrix, which is what we're in. We're inside of a matrix. That's why I wrote this book, Fractal Holographic Matrix. It's a fractal holographic universe, the matrix code revealed. This book is a bestseller in fractal mathematics, quantum physics, and science and philosophy for a reason. It's breaking down what we're living in and how it works. If you want to manifest abundance, you have to get on the algorithm of abundance, which is what? The algorithm of, which is a frequency. The same vibration is what it means. Same thing. I'm dropping a link in the live chat right now. I want everyone here to join this Forbidden Knowledge Academy that I'm teaching. We have over 400 students now in 1 week. This school group has now hit the top 5% of all school groups on the school platform in 1 week. Like I said yesterday or the day before, I can't remember which day it was, but I said this will be the largest academy of its type in the world. Mark my words. Because what we're doing in there is revolutionizing the way people feel about themselves, their awareness about themselves, reprogramming themselves. And then it's not just about metaphysics and spirituality. We're going hardcore into deep learning sessions. Everything from financial literacy to understanding wealth, to understanding the mindset of millionaires, to understanding how to be an entrepreneur, to planning, building, growing, and building legacies. This isn't your everyday university where if you're lucky, you get a scholarship for a couple $100,000. If you're not, you might get a partial scholarship in some grants, Pell Grant. If you don't get that, you might have to get loans, which you'll be paying back until you pass away, unfortunately, or your parents have to pay. Either way, it's expensive. Somebody's paying from somewhere, from some angle, whether you saw the money come out of your pocket or not. And then you get there and they teach you how to be a parrot. Monkey see, monkey do. That's your learning. That's your learning experience. Can you remember how to answer this question over and over and over again without ever truly learning how to solve problems, without ever truly learning how to manifest abundance, how to get in alignment with abundance? How do I live in my passion? What is this that you're teaching me going to teach me about my passion? Can I apply it to what I really love? And can I monetize that in this world? That's not what the university out there is about. They're just about collecting money and giving you a little pamphlet to make you feel good. So let somebody pat you on the back. Good job. Now go get that stock job over there at the grocery store. You could put items on the shelf now. Because most of my friends went to college. They ended up getting regular old factory jobs and grocery store jobs and cashier jobs, and I didn't really see anything special come out of it. Just regular people, just regular jobs. After all that time in school and all those student loans, didn't really mount up to anything high level. Just basic working people. Nothing wrong with that, but what I'm saying is these colleges aren't teaching you how to make money. They're teaching you how to be a parrot in the matrix. Just like school, grade school and high school is teaching you how to remember things. Remember this, remember that, remember this. And if you have a good memory, you're a genius because you remembered that. Now, how can you apply that to building a legacy and making wealth? You really can't. In our academy, the Forbidden Knowledge Academy, we're teaching you how to not only gain knowledge, but comprehend knowledge and then apply it. In this matrix, there's only one formula that works for abundance. And that formula is CT multiplied by A equals M. And without that formula, you will not be able to maintain a consistent flow of the frequency of abundance, of manifesting. Why? Because that formula, it works. It works based on universal laws, unseen laws. And the evidence of it, if you say, where's the evidence? Everything you see around you that's not nature, everything that's quote unquote man-made, you're looking at someone's previous thought that has been manifested into reality. Somebody thought about this microphone and how it would function and project someone's voice in their mind, in their mind's eye, in the multidimensional platform. And from there, that information was broken down into 2 dimensions and then given to a blueprint was printed out and given to an engineer who made it a 3-dimensional object. This microphone isn't a microphone. This microphone is encoded conscious thought in the 3rd dimension. Give me the illusion of a microphone. I'm looking at and utilizing a tool from someone's mind. Everything you look at around you, including the clothes you have on, you're looking at thoughts. Thoughts become things. That's the power you all have. You have the power to create. Because why? Because the creator is inside of us. That's why the creator made the matrix the way it's made. The creator has the ability to be everywhere at all times and see everything at all times. How? Because the creator inhabits everything, including every individual atom. So every individual atom in your body is inhabited by the same divine creator that made the multiverse. That's what's inside of you. So you are the creator walking in the flesh. A fractal of that creation walking in the flesh to obtain knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and live your life through your lens, still being a fractal of God itself and transmitting the reality back there to the whole. Just like your brain does with your friends. We are the friends of the universal mind. So we live our lives. We are the sensory perception system for the universal mind, transmitting data back to it so it can understand what it's like to live in the third dimension. See how you begin to see things differently? That's what we teach you in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. It's not one of these schools you're going to go to and get one of these pieces of paper so somebody can pat you on the back and say, good job. Now we just got to pay back $300,000 in the next 90 years. And then you go get a job at the auto body shop painting cars or something. That's not what we're doing. We're going to give you the tools for success. We're going to teach you step by step everything you need to do to create and get on the frequency and vibration of the success that you deserve. It's your birthright. And that success is not just about money. It's about happiness, peace, joy, understanding, empathy, love, and abundance. You deserve it. One of the biggest things I've seen in this matrix system is the programming is so strong, it's programmed billions of people, including myself, to be okay with being unhappy, to being okay with believing that we don't deserve something. Are we worthy of this? Am I worthy of that? We've been programmed. And it's hard to look at yourself in the mirror and realize, yeah, you've been mind pimped. I've had to say that to myself several times. I got mind pimped. But you see, awareness. I have awareness. It can only last for so long before I realize exactly what's going on. And I have to go in and like Clark Kent goes into the doggone telephone booth and turns into Superman. You got to turn into Superman every now and then. Go into the booth and realize who you truly are and come back out and take off. We have to stop acquiescing to our current condition. We have to stop acquiescing to the system that we have been placed into and accepting it as our reality. I'm dropping a link right now in the live chat. I want you guys to go over to the Forbidden Knowledge Academy and check it out. What we're doing over there is monumentous. I remember people have been telling me to start an online school for decades, long before I was Forbidden Knowledge, when I was doing information and doing forums and spreading information that way and doing talks in private small groups. They said, man, you gotta make an academy. You need to make a school. Well, we have it now. Everything happens in divine time. And the school is here. And it's not going anywhere. There are literally hundreds of hours of content, information, reading. I mean, you name it. My entire Woke Doesn't Mean Broke book. This book costs $50 on Amazon. It's 688 pages. It weighs about 6 pounds. This entire best-selling financial literacy book is in there for you to use instead of paying $50 on Amazon. There's so much in there, it would take you years to go through everything in some cases, unless you're really super dedicated to really just start banging and knocking things out. And we're adding more new stuff all the time. Every single day, I'm recording new content, new teachings. Tonight, I'm going live. I'm going live in less than 30 minutes on the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. So you need to go ahead and sign up now, because it's very important that you get in and come on this teaching session. This will be my second teaching session tonight. So in just 30 minutes, I'm going to go live inside the Academy and drop a brand new lecture. And at the end, I'm going to do live Q&A with you. So if you're serious, if you're done playing small, click right now. The link is in the live chat. The link is in the caption of this video. The link is in the audio. The link is in my bio. Make sure you guys get inside, secure your spot, and let's build a brand new reality together, okay? Thank y'all for hanging out tonight. I'm going to be live in less than 30 minutes now. But it'll be a private live. It won't be on YouTube. It'll be in the Forbidden Knowledge Academy. So make sure you click the link, and make sure you click the link in my bio, the caption, or the live chat, no matter where you're watching right now. And I'll see you shortly. And we're going to go back in again and teach some incredible knowledge tonight. Something that I'm telling you, you're going to get something out that's going to change your life. Tonight, we're talking about the millionaire codes, session number 2. We did session number 1 last week. This is session number 2. Now we're getting deep. All right. So I'm looking forward to seeing y'all in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and get myself some water. I love you all. Thank y'all for coming in here and spending some time and let me talk. I know I'm talking strong and powerful, but I want you to understand, because that's the power that you all have. You're not meager, weak little beings. You're powerful people with an incredible mind and an incredible potential. You just need somebody to show you how to live up to it. All right. I'll see y'all shortly. Peace.